Hello, my dear beloved children. Continuing the conversation about star families, I want to tell you about another feature of your interaction with them. Since many ancient souls now incarnated on Earth have come here from a variety of civilizations, from fifth-dimensional civilizations to eighth-dimensional civilizations, their communication with their star families is different. As a rule, the higher the soul comes from, the sooner it goes to the service. And this is explained by the fact that the higher the vibrations of her star family, the closer they pull her to themselves, and at the same time the more these souls repel from the world of low vibrations. At first glance, this may look illogical, because it would seem that it is much easier for a person of the three-dimensional world to reach the level of vibrations, for example, the fifth dimension, rather than the seventh or eighth. But in fact, there is a fairly simple explanation for this. A person who came to Earth from a very high level of vibrations intuitively always feels his involvement in other worlds. As a rule, he feels uncomfortable in the three-dimensional world, constantly trying to find an explanation for this. As a result, he begins to live early on not material, but spiritual interests, every year more and more immersed in the esoteric knowledge accumulated by mankind, and quite quickly they move from theory to practical skills. In other words, such a person quickly begins to interact with the subtle plan, with his soul, guardian angels, spiritual guides. And the star family provides him with significant assistance in this. Even if he does not know it, he has not yet realized his inextricable connection with her. As for souls who came from lower dimensions, their immersion in the third density world is less painful for them, due to the fact that the gap in vibrations between their star families and earthly conditions is not so striking. And although they see and feel all the imperfection of the dual world, they perceive it as inevitable everyday difficulties that all inhabitants of the earth face in one way or another. As a rule, such souls reach a new level of their development through difficulties much greater than those experienced by souls of a very high order. In other words, the higher the souls come to Earth from a higher level, the faster and with the least moral losses they enter the path intended for them. Conversely, souls coming from lower dimensions go through a rather difficult and long way to the light, thereby gaining the experience they need for their further evolution. We will stop there today. The Father Absolute, who loved you immeasurably, spoke to you.